Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. And in city creation, basically we are discussing one of the topic that is India account. In this, basically the topic now is reached to the people. Basically are telling that basically the earthquake is going to be earthquake data is going to be placed in India, because India basically now 20 percentage country basically are remaining. All 80 percentage country basically got the big all earthquake basically from 50, which is getting processed. So India basically is also basically going to be a one number basically. So in this basically now one of the person told that the country, sorry, the state which is going to get the earthquake magnitude, that state will be near around Himalaya mountain. So that will be who? That will be Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. Few people says that basically we have done the solution. For that basically we have finished lots of European country, this that country also is finished. That basically who done this? That is basically done by the Russia country basically. That is the Putin basically. Because lots of people say that Putin also basically from origin basically is from UP, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. So one of the person told that, yeah, UP, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh basically are who? Then basically it connected to the Krishna Bhagwan family basically. Origin Krishna God basically. These groups basically are because Krishna Bhagwan means universe basically, and he is controlling the entire world. So that's why basically few people says that basically on the name of Sri Krishna God basically the entire the politics people basically are doing this whole thing basically. So to save UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, the Putin basically finished the entire Europe basically. He actually finished the entire Europe basically. Few people says that Patel, Parmar, these all are also basically came from UP and basically settled in Gujarat. And given few people basically given few people basically converted into Parmar, few people basically converted into Patel, and few people basically converted into Amin caste also. In Amin caste basically lots of Tamil Nadu people are also basically there, and UP Bihar people also basically are there. So origin basically from the caste started basically, that we are talking about. So they are telling the Patel and the Parmar groups are telling that we basically have full control in Vadodara city, and Patel groups are telling that we also basically have full control in Vadodara city. So you can take the entire Vadodara city in your name basically. So you can dump the earthquake data in Vadodara city also if you want basically. Then basically few people told that basically Vadodara क्या तुम्हारे बाप का है? Few people told that also basically. And few people told that basically like this basically you can't play with Vadodara city basically. And few people told that basically now like this basically you can't play with the Gujarat city basically. Sorry, Gujarat state basically. So few people told that basically we are ready to give the entire Mumbai city basically, because Mumbai has given the approval of Ram Mandir temple basically. That is given by Shiv Sena basically, and Shiv Sena basically origin from Bihar, that is Jharkhand. They are telling that we can basically give the entire Mumbai basically, take entire Mumbai basically on the name of God. Sorry, on the name of UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh. Because lots of top level post basically UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh people are in Mumbai city. Then they are basically controlling the entire human resource department. But control is still with Maharashtrian people basically. They are basically still controlling, but Shiv Sena basically is from Bihar basically. And then basically few people told that basically Shiv Sena is also basically controlled. When basically they came to Bihar, from Bihar to Mumbai, ne, from that time only basically they are getting controlled by set of groups basically, that are the local Marathis. So the Maharashtrian people told that basically we are still controlling Shiv Sena basically. So on the name of UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, you can't finish the entire Mumbai city. Sorry, not Mumbai basically, Maharashtra basically. Because in Maharashtra also lots of mountains basically are there. That also like big level like Mount Everest basically. And few people basically from Vadodara city told that basically if you will dump earthquake basically near around Vadodara city, then basically here lots of chemical companies are there in Gorwa basically. If that will get blast, lots of people says that if that Gorwa area will get earthquake or basically get blast, it might possible that entire world basically can get suffer basically. That type of chemical basically are there in Gorwa basically. There are few chemical companies basically in Gorwa area basically. Lots of people says whether it is correct that I don't know. They are basically having the control of whole world basically. So US basically came into the picture basically. That who is that company basically where basically the Gorwa area basically they basically started searching Gorwa area. Where is that Gorwa area? Gorwa. Like this few people told that Gorwa is Amin group basically, and Amin group means Tamil Nadu group basically. 2004 tsunami. And few people told that Tamil Nadu basically are from, few people basically converted from Uttar Pradesh also, and told that basically tu you basically don't do one thing basically tu Amin Banjan. So the UP Bihar Madhya Pradesh people also starting converting to Amin caste, and they were getting lots of money basically. So like this also basically they also told that basically take entire Gujarat basically, because nowadays basically everybody knows that Amin caste and Patel caste basically are controlling the lots of areas of Vadodara city, lots of areas of Surat, lots of area of Ahmedabad. Sardar Patel Stadium is there basically. Sardar Patel airport. Airport is also there I think. Where plane lands that area. So they told that you can take basically because we are ready to give the entire Gujarat basically. So you can place here the earthquake also basically. There is no issue basically. So you can just imagine basically how the world has reached basically. So earthquake 50 country basically is doing the process. From 50 country, 80 percentage country got the big earthquake. Currently basically just now the Japan also got the earthquake. That was basically the 50 country process only basically. They are also connected with India. Why? Because there also 30% Indian nationality basically are there. How? Because Infosys, Wipro, then Capgemini, Accenture, this whole big company basically have their branch basically in Japan, and they are basically earning money, lots of money from Japan also. Like this basically, big earthquake connected to Japan also. Now basically the remaining countries are few, that is Pakistan, India, China also basically got I think big level earthquake basically they have also got. So mostly the next Bangladesh basically also basically no Bangladesh has not got. So Bangladesh, India. So mostly basically lots of people says that they might be in India only, because lots of people says that 1983 World Cup na basically when 1983 the World Cup basically was won. That time basically lots of Rohingya Muslim basically was in 1983 World Cup. So you can just imagine basically how dangerous the world has reached. Few people says that basically if you will start the war of Pakistan and India, but earthquake is going to happen basically. That is 100% sure basically. It lots of people says that where the big mountain basically placed basically, there the earthquake data are placed. So in big earthquake, big mountain basically where it is, that is in Himalaya basically, and near Himalaya basically UP is there. Lots of people say that you have any enemy with Bihari, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Then Sunil Arnay told them nobody, I don't have any enemy basically. But that is fact. Whatever fact is, that is fact basically. Himalaya mountain, there basically the big level earthquake basically data is going to be placed. So lots of, and that earthquake basically which is getting placed, that can be diverted to some other state also. So that is the main thing here. And here the latest development is Ram Mandir basically, which is developed. In that Ram Mandir, Ambani entire and Ambani Parivar has went basically. So they told that basically we are ready to give the entire Maharashtra also. So you can just imagine basically the Shiv Sena group basically went to Ram Mandir temple. They are also telling that take entire Maharashtra basically. We are ready to give the entire Maharashtra also. And lots of UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh people are also staying in Mumbai city. Lots of people say that you are basically have any problem with UP, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh. But whatever things are fact, that is fact basically. So one of the person told that earthquake basically can be shift from one state to another state. So it might possible that UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and Delhi basically can become one and shift their earthquake to Gujarat. Reason? Narendra Damodar Modi is the Pradhan Mantri of Hindustan and he is a Gujarati. And he basically can give entire Gujarat also. Why? Because he basically has taken the god of Varanasi. So people are telling that basically the political people are fully controlled by north only. So they only think of north basically. They are only thinking of north only basically. That is UP, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh and Delhi. So you can just imagine basically North group basically have very dangerous power basically. They have basically dangerous. Why? Sri Krishna God basically is from universe basically. He is still basically watching. If he will be watching this video, then he will be telling that basically Sunil Nair basically tracked, I think, Sri Krishna God. And entire politics basically is controlled by Sri Krishna God group. So you can just imagine basically how the world has reached. So by chance, one few people tell that basically if by chance the earthquake basically 20 percentage in 20 percentage Bangladesh is there, Pakistan is there and India is there. And Sri Lanka is also there. But that was tsunami basically. That was not earthquake basically. No, that was earthquake. That means Sri Lanka is also done basically. No, not Sri Lanka. That was Indian tsunami. That means near the Sri Lanka basically. So it was not origin of India basically. But Sri Lanka basically was affected basically. So big level earthquake basically mostly will come basically. That is 100% sure basically. So the magnitude starting point will be India basically. Magnitude starting point will be India. So Sri Lanka basically also got out from this. So remaining are Bangladeshi, Pakistani and India basically. So one of the person told that how basically it can be said that less disaster will happen basically. Is there any plan basically with you Sunil? Because earthquake will come basically. So few people told that basically if they can basically remove the unstable data, then it would be good basically. Because periodically the data are taken from the energy companies and they are doing the process basically. Few people basically are telling like that only. So one of the person told that how basically you can say that. For example, I am basically in Pravesha building. I am basically staying in this building. I will take one example. Just from satellite, the view of my building basically is like this. So one of the person told that who basically decides that this building basically will be stable and this building basically will not be stable. Stable means earthquake will not happen due to this building. So one of the person told that stable, unstable, basically how they decide here basically. That is also a question. So I will take one example basically. It's a very dangerous example basically. You will say that basically the world war will start basically here basically. So the example is like this. Assume that basically from Vadodara city, Apple is getting created. So from Vadodara city, the Apple is getting created. So from Vadodara city, Apple is getting created. As per the time is getting processed, the Apple validity basically gets down basically. In this basically, few buildings basically were listed as a problematic. Why? Because whenever the Apple basically was getting produced, the idea basically was what? Basically 109 types of idea basically is going to be displayed. So they told that 109 types of idea is going to be displayed in front of the world, and the blood groups are 29 blood, or basically you can say 32 blood groups. So 32 blood groups basically are using this Apple, and in this basically few people told that for 2 to 3 blood groups basically are not producing proper ideas. The idea which they were supposed to produce, they are not producing. So their blood cells, their blood group basically was not able to produce these ideas. Now here one of the person told that who is actually correct? The real group basically who are basically, that is uh, the 2 to 3 blood group basically which is not producing the perfect ideas, there they are correct, or basically the people basically who actually created the ideas, they are correct? So that is also very good question basically. That is also one of the good question basically. So one of the person to assume that basically whatever things are correct basically in front of the world basically. For example, 1 plus 1, that is 2. That is correct in front of the world basically. So that basically we will say that basically that is correct. So according to that, the ideas are basically, that is 2 to 3 people, 2 to 3 blood group basically who are generating the blood group basically. Sorry, the 2 to 3 blood group basically, this group basically are not producing the ideas from this Apple, they are basically wrong. They are basically wrong. So this all are basically the unstable and stable data. So in future basically when the earthquake is going to happen, so this all data basically are marked as a unstable data. This data like this basically in India, assume that basically around 1 crore buildings are marked as a unstable data. So when the earthquake is going to come in India basically, the big level earthquake basically, so that unstable data are dumped. And here the main thing is the power company who is actually doing the giving the power to across the building, that day basically they are going to give some unstable data, and due to that unstable data, the whenever the unstable data is going to be produced from the power companies to the each and every cities, that data is already marked, and that will convert to earthquakes, and in earthquakes basically the big level of earthquake going to happen basically. So here few people told that what would be the center of India basically, where the where the earthquake data is going to be dumped. So here the solution and the formula says that mountain area are picked here basically. Mountains area are picked. In this mountain area, where the India basically is containing mountain, that is Himalaya mountain. So there the data is going to be placed, and from there the 1 crore data basically which is uh, unstable already marked by the power companies, that building is going to get effect, and that buildings are going to get end basically. So like this basically the earthquakes are working. So few people, so one of the person told that the UP entire basically is going to affect. That is 100% sure. Why? Because wherever the data, wherever the magnitude is marked basically, where basically it's dumped basically, the earthquake basically where it is dumped, that area basically gets finished. That is Uttar Pradesh. So Uttar Pradesh basically came into picture basically. Unnecessary UP people came into picture, or basically what that was basically. So few people told that that was mountain. That's why basically UP people came into picture basically. Otherwise basically there was no meaning of Uttar Pradesh people basically can came into the picture. Few people tells that basically if you will place in that earthquake happy center basically into Maharashtra, because in Maharashtra also lots of mountains basically are there, but the mountain should be very dangerous basically. So that is only Mount Himalaya mountain. No other country basically is supposed to affect. Otherwise, basically it will convert to world war basically. If you are creating damaging any other countries, then it will convert to world war basically. So few people tells that North group basically have full political power basically. They basically have full power. So they can basically shift the happy center, or basically the center point of earthquake base where from the earthquake is going to start. That is this. That will be Uttar Pradesh. And Uttar Pradesh basically, that is the political people basically have the power. They can shift that center point to Gujarat also. And from Gujarat basically the earthquake will start, and entire Gujarat will get flush out basically just within 1 second. And here the main thing is the Gorwa area basically, where the very dangerous chemical plant is there. If that chemical plant will get blast, it might possible that the world will get effect. That is basically the people are telling. So America basically came into the picture, and they told that basically who is basically powerful than America basically in chemical basically. So they basically came to Gorwa basically and started basically organizing that area where basically that chemical plant is. The Sunil R. Nair basically telling that if the that chemical plant will get blast, entire world is going to affect. Not only India basically, the entire world basically I'm telling. Because that's why basically in Gorwa basically you will not believe the high profile people basically are staying. The entire Amin group basically are, or sorry, the entire land is of Amin group basically. That area basically, and they are staying there only basically. So few people told that basically if they will end, then basically they will take the entire world with them basically. They are telling like that basically. So you can just imagine the each and every caste people basically who have created their creation basically. They will say that basically if we will die basically we will take the entire world with them basically. That is Amin caste is telling. Because Gorwa is of Amin caste basically. So one of the person told that yeah, the America basically is, told that basically yeah, we are basically afraid with Indian group basically now. Because after telling this everything basically Sunil R. Nair basically is telling that the Gorwa area basically is containing that type of chemical plant basically. If it will blast, the entire world will get in trouble. So whole entire America basically started keeping keeping watch basically to the Gorwa area. They basically told that where is that Gorwa area, and lots of people says that the Gorwa area is of Amin group basically, Amin caste. Which Amin basically that I don't know. Bada Amin nahi basically, that South Africa wala Bada Amin nahi. He actually that is not basically. here basically the Amin Kashi is totally with. That is basically South Africa. So South Africa, Bada Amin basically died long before basically. That is Musa Group basically, who actually created Tata Group. So that Amin I'm not talking about. He actually died long before, no? 100, 200 years basically he died basically. So he basically still exists basically, like Hitler basically. I don't think basically. So America is telling that basically if the history is connecting like this, then Sunil, you might be correct. You might be correct that Gorua chemical plant might be finishing the whole world, because Bada Amin is like that basically. So they literally started tracking that Gorua area. So in next video basically we are going to see little bit about more that Gorua area. That is basically the chemical plant basically, which is telling that basically if that area will get blast, we will take the entire world with them basically. That is the whole world will get end if anything happens to Gorua area. That is in Vadodara city, and Vadodara city is in Gujarat, and Gujarat is in India basically. So you can just imagine. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about that, and this everything comes into SBI Bank Group. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the SBI Group power, which is telling that basically if we will die, then we will take the entire world with us. That is Gorua area basically are telling that basically if anything happens to us, then we will take the entire world with them basically. Sorry, world with us basically. World with us means we will die and we will take the entire world basically. This connects to nuclear bomb basically, and the nuclear bomb here is Gorua area, and Gorua area is telling that basically we have the chemical plant, and if chemical plant will get blast because of earthquake basically, if you are placing the earthquake in Gujarat basically, that's why basically, because political people basically are most of people basically are from north, so they are telling that basically we will place the earthquake basically data in Gujarat, and if Gujarat will get blast, then the by default Vadodara city is going to get blast. That is the Gorua area. If that will get blast, then the entire world will get in trouble. So few people say that basically Gorua is of Amin area, and if Amin basically will remember that is the South Africa Bada Amin basically, Bada Amin. And lots of people say that State Bank is connected with the State Bank is connected with who basically? Connected with many banks basically. Citibank is there, then the Bank of Baroda is there, then the Corporation Bank is there, then the HDFC Bank is there, then the HSBC Bank is there, then the Bank of India is there. So Bada Amin is connected with this of the any of this bank basically. So if it is like this, America basically started telling basically, if it is like this, then Sunil basically we are told that, then basically 100% he is Bada Amin only basically. This type of thing basically he only can do basically. And he is basically from South Africa, and lots of people says that somebody basically saved him and cloned his body basically, and he is basically still is a very powerful person basically. If you are telling that basically Gorua basically if it get blast, then the whole world will get effect, then it will be Bada Amin only. You are correct, Sunil. So we have to basically watch the Gorua area basically. So for that basically we have placed many software companies also there basically. So they started telling that basically we also know this everything basically. We also got the information little bit basically. So we have placed lots of software company also there to watch that Bada Amin group, what actually they are doing, and where is that chemical plant. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the up to what level the USA basically will go to become number 1.